It's whimsy time. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure I actually unmuted. Pips! Gas hog! Thank God! I was so. Okay, listen. Anytime that I have to stream earlier or I have to change up the time, I'm like, nobody's gonna be here. That's, like, because I'm like, I just switched it up kind of last minute. But everybody's here right now. Everybody. And that, I'm excited. So, let's do this thing. I had no plan, by the way, for what I would draw, and it's been a minute since I have drawn. Kind of crazy. I've been playing a lot of video games, so, you know. I am, in fact, Pips is all. Pips, you're just the collective. Um, no, this week has been so busy, and it's because of, the holiday, Thanksgiving, and then yesterday was like Black Friday, so of course I was shopping my heart out. What did I buy? Nothing crazy, actually. I bought new earrings, but like that's not wild. That's just like earrings, and then a couple of gifts for some friends. But I was literally out all day. I woke up at 5 to go shopping, which was wild. And then we drove like an hour to this bougie mall, shopped around there, but it was cool. Toaster! What is up? I'm gonna explode though, but because I had no plan for what I was gonna draw, I'm gonna color this, and then we can just see what cooks. We can see what happens. We can discover, something through teamwork and the power of friendship. That's how I'm feeling today. I was just at a Christmas market. Oh, that's so cool. Man, dude, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. Now that Thanksgiving is over, everybody better be busting out those Christmas trees. Everybody must be grabbing all of the things. Put Frosty the Snowman out in the front of your yard, decorate, blow up your electricity bill with a million lights, and, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, check this out. Oh, actually, I'm afraid that this is gonna explode. Hold on. I'm also drinking a white monster during the stream today. So this is gonna give me superpowers. Monster! What is up? Okay, here we go. Okay, it didn't explode. Dude, wait! No, I showed a monster, and then monster came in the chat. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna color stuff. And then we're gonna figure out what to draw after this. Cause why the heck not, you know? I have no kidney stones, and I drink plenty of water. I drink so much water, you just don't see me do it. I'm just too good, man. Listen. You know? Kidney stones are afraid of me. What on earth did I do? What have I done? Wait a minute. Am I dumb? Oh, I'm not dumb, but I did the wrong thing, so that might as well be, like, wait. Okay, I don't think anybody saw what I did, but I meant to color inside of K and use the bucket tool, but I did the outside of K with the bucket tool, and then I couldn't, color K. So now we're just gonna fix that. Which, white on white, you know, not dumb, but certainly not smart, yeah. Kind of somewhere in the middle. Not paying attention. Dude, okay, I gotta talk about this. Last stream, I was so dead tired. Dude, and now I have all of the energy in the world, and I'm extremely happy about that. I was listen, if I ever say that I'm gonna be going into work on a Saturday, do not let me do that. Do not, because I woke up that morning, I went and I got that crap done at my job, went home. Actually, I went to the market and then I went home. I really did. And like my capacity of energy was like this. And normally, listen, normally I'm like, you know, I'm energy all day. That, however, I think going to work on a Saturday destroyed me a little bit. Because I was dead, and if you watched that stream, you could see me literally trying to keep my eyes open. It was bad. But, like, my morning routine, whenever it's the work week, is I literally, my alarm goes off at 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30. And if I don't get up at any of those times, I'm probably screwed. But, yeah, so I did that to myself on a Saturday, which of course I'm not used to doing on a Saturday, so of course it sucked. That was so real. Walked into the hospital and didn't heal, just complained about Pokemon and left. That was, honestly, I didn't even notice that I did that. It's glorious times, listen, man. I was exhausted. No, but like actually though, I'm never waking up I'm never waking up at 5:30 on a Saturday again. See you guys, Hog. It was good you were here for a little bit. Dude, and then like, the rest of this week was insane as well, because I had family over. My little cousins, oh, my stream is lagging. Gas Hog, you did this before you left, didn't you? For shame. No, I think my computer just hates me though, sometimes. I'll get it fixed one day, for realsies. I might even just have to go get it checked. But you can just imagine what I'm doing at like 2 frames per second, alright? I'm not, you know. The music is so good. Anyways, I did decide to play some wintry tracks today. It's like gloomy and rainy outside right now, and you can't see that, but just trust me whenever I say it's gloomy and rainy. The sky is currently gray. But my little cousins... my little cousins, God bless them. Jellybean, what's up? No, my little cousins, literally last night. So, like, you guys all know that I have a fat, big bag video game collection, right? Like, I see a game and I have to buy it. It's just, I know, early stream. It's just, how it has to be. It's how it has to happen, so I have to buy video games. But my little cousins clearly know that because I let them play my video games. And so, last night, they were talking about what video games they were gonna inherit from me whenever I died. I literally was like, bro, I am not dead yet. Stop talking about that. I was like, whenever I'm old, because they asked me, they're like, well, how are you gonna figure out who's gonna get all of your video games? No, I never got my Wii repaired, which sucks, because apparently nobody here wants to repair it, which is evil. I called like 5 places. Anyways, that's besides the point. I have 3 Wiis. I should be okay. I bought a new copy of Mario Kart, because, you know, one day I'm gonna get that Wii fixed, but it's not gonna be anytime soon, I don't think. Anyways, my little kids, they were asking me, they were like, well, how are you gonna figure out who's gonna get your video games? And I was like, okay, listen, it's gonna be a tournament. It's gonna be like a joust. It's gonna be like, everybody's gotta get their own medieval, like, armor wear, or whatever the junk, you know, they need. And they're gonna have to get on horseback and try to kill each other. And the last person standing gets all of my games. Trust me, the who gets what game is fun until it comes true. I know! I was like, listen, like, you're talking like this now because I'm still sitting right in front of you. 80 years in the future, I'm being generous with myself, 80 years in the future, gosh dang, man, like, whenever I'm not sitting right in front of you, I don't think you'll care that much about my video games, because they're, because, you know, like, I'll have just died 80 years in the future, you know, but I just let them have their whimsy. I just let them pretend. It, like, killed me, man. I was like, guys, I'm not dead. Oh my gosh. Had me laughing so hard. My little cousins are crazy, though. But, they really like playing Mario 64 on my Nintendo 64, I found. So, I guess, I don't know, Mario 64 is so much fun. You're gonna haunt the games. I literally am. There's gonna be me. I was gonna say there's gonna be cursed spirits on the games, but it's gonna be me. I'm just gonna be, like, silly, and I'm just gonna be there. Actually! Like, chill! But no, I found out, so they liked my Nintendo 64 and my GameCube a lot. And I tried to play Earthbound in front of them to get them hooked onto that, but I think they don't really enjoy RPGs that much because it's, like, repetitive. So it's not jingle jingle keys, jingle jingle, like how it is for me. It's, they want to run around in 3D spaces like nerds and, you know, play newer games. But nah, my little cousin, one of them, he beat, the King Babam on Mario 64, and I was extremely happy about that. But I did actually speedrun my stinking stream lag. I'm literally gonna destroy it in a fire one day. Anyways, besides the point. I was very happy, but I did speedrun Mario 64 by using the stair glitch, and I think that might have been... Actually, no, that was the first time that I ever did that, but that was the most whimsical experience that I think I'd ever experienced in my life. I'm pretty cursed is crazy. Woo. That was bad. Oh my gosh! Speaking of cursed things, my stinking me mom... Okay, by the way, I'm living in my granny's house right now, right? I think I've talked about it before, but it's been like a year-ish, over a year, since, my me mom passed, and that's the only reason why I was able to move in with my granny, because I was like, listen, you know, like, this house has, like, extra rooms, it was kind of still fresh, and we didn't want her alone, so I was like, I'm just gonna move in. It's been a little bit crazy, but I was like, I'm gonna move in. So I've been here. But I took my me mom's old room, right? And, she has VHS tapes in the TV cabinet over here that are from, like, the 1960 something. That's extremely, like, that is not the case, but, like, old! So, I think it was actually 96. I just can't tell time. Anyways, so, she has these tapes in there. And last night, me and my Uncle Cody were going through them. Because, stinking, like, he saw I have a VCR, and he was like, well, have you gone through me mom's stuff? And I was like, yeah, you know, but I haven't really popped in any of the unlabeled tapes. And so he was like, well, let's freaking do it. I was like, bet. because my Uncle Cody, he's very persuasive and kind of awesome, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. So I pop it in the VCR. I pop this one random unnamed tape in the VCR, and you know what it is? It's The Exorcist, and it plays on the part in the movie where the chick's head twists around and she like starts speaking in Latin or whatever that crap was, and like there's blood everywhere, and he's watching it, and I couldn't tell what it was at first because my TV started tweaking out, right? And so you couldn't hear it because the port was dirty that had the that like links up the audio, and like it was just like static, you know. He's looking wide-eyed. He's like, "Oh my god, it's The Exorcist!" And I was like, "What?" So I'm looking. Yeah, that's exactly what that was. And so he's like, "Dude, we gotta rewind this whole entire thing and check it out from the beginning." I was like, "Bet." So we did that. Terrible. Once he left, I was like, I'll try and watch it, right? I was like, what's the worst that could happen, you know? And I kept it on for probably like 10-15 minutes, and I was like, because you couldn't hear anything, and the screen started tweaking, and so I pulled the tape out, you know, and I was like, okay, surely, like, this can't be some haunting crap right now, because that would be the scariest thing ever. And of course, I updated my story on it, so you guys saw that, like, happen pretty much live on my on my Instagram. But I was like, there's no way that this could be, like, this spooky. Like, there's gotta be something wrong with my TV. So I cleaned the port that was making the audio all jacked up, and then I put in the Muppets Theater tape in there, because I was like, that's the opposite of The Exorcist, so that's gonna, like, cleanse and heal my TV. And guess what? It did, but that tape run better than The Exorcist anyways, because The Exorcist one, I guess it had just been so, like, it probably got taped over so much that the picture was, like, tweaking, you know, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so that was my time last night. It was honestly low-key kind of whimsical, but you know, ignoring all that spooky scary crap. But I was not about to sit through that movie with my with the TV tweaking out as such. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. The Muppets are extremely blessed, which, yeah. Well, I was afraid it was gonna eat my stinking tape though. But, I need to get a Q-tip or something and clean the port out a little bit more. But what's weird is my Super Nintendo doesn't make the audio, like, make the audio pop as bad. But old TVs are old. So I guess you can't expect them all to be, you know, silly, fun, whimsical time. So I found, okay, listen, this is awesome. At my church, this music takes me back to 2016, I love it. Okay, so at my church, there are a bunch of box TVs scattered throughout the building. I figured this out, because I keep seeing them everywhere. So, because they're not being used anymore, I, of course, went and asked one of the, like, people at the church who has the authority to give me these TVs. I asked him if I could have them, and he was like, yeah, if we're not using it, just go ahead and take it out of the building. Guys, I found a baller flat screen. Hold on. It's one of the old ones. Of course, old. It's thinking early 2000s. Okay. It's literally this. I found myself one of these stinking suckers in that church. You better bet I'm taking it. You better bet I'm taking that thing with me. But it's so heavy that we're gonna have to get a dolly to get it out of that building. And I don't even think it's gonna fit in my car. Like, it's a flat screen, but it's kind of chunky, you know? I love it. Love it to death. But, once I have that one, that's gonna be so exciting. It's hilarious though, cause literally like last night too, they, my aunt, she was asking me, cause she's a photographer, and I didn't know actually that the older 2000s like digital cameras, that they're coming back, like they're making a comeback, and that's sick as crap. You know, I'm all for it, but people are taking them and then reselling them and like bloating the prices, which I don't think is ever okay. But I guess nostalgia is how nostalgia will be, and whenever somebody wants something really bad, then, you know, they'll pay for that price. But I already had all that crap, and I had already started buying all that crap before it popped off again. Best thing that has ever, I got so, it's like winning the lottery, you know? um, but my aunt, she's like, dude, you gotta find me a camera like that. Cause I do have quite a few digital cameras now, cause I would just see them at yard sales and like pick them up. I love that physical media is making a comeback. That is my favorite thing ever. I love it. Also, hello. Hello. I love it. This is the best thing ever. I think that the world is healing and 2000s media is coming back, and that's the best thing that could have ever happened. The only thing that's bad is that people are trying to bloat the prices. But I got lucky. I literally got blessed. But honestly, like, hold on. If you go to like thrift stores or honestly, go to antique stores, because that's where I've been finding all of my stuff. Yeah, actually, but okay, so here's the deal. A lot of the thrift stores know what they have is good. So you gotta, like, I've been going to antique stores because, listen, now don't let this information get out, because if I see all y'all stinking people in the antique stores that I go to, I'm gonna pop, because that's where I get my good stuff. Actually, no, just my chatters, just my followers, you guys are allowed to come here, because this is what I'm telling you. This is the insider information. If it leaks and gets out, I'm gonna explode. The general public cannot know about this, and I'm gatekeeping the hell out of it. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So, go to antique stores, because thrift stores are overlooked, like, everybody goes to thrift stores. Go to antique stores. That's what I'm telling you. So, you gotta look through all the trash, because, you know, they're selling peepaws things, you know? You literally gotta go to a local antique store, because you might find, like, ours, we have, like, a bunch of old farming tools, and, like, you know, things that are probably, like, over 100 years old, like, rotted. You'll walk in, it's gonna smell like rotted wood and old people, but you just gotta power through, because that's where you're gonna find the best things. Exactly. Exactly. Independent coffee shops, they have one of those out here. It's the best thing ever. Insider information. Because I tell you what, I have never found a single good thing at Goodwill. I can't find anything at Goodwill. And I can't find anything at Red Racks. And I can't find anything at all them big name thrift stores. Okay? Antique store. We have... Listen, not to out myself, but I think you guys know I live in Missouri. I'm gonna have to, even though it's misery, we have some really good antique stores. That's all I'm saying. We have some really good antique stores. So if you're ever just like popping around the US and you decide to just pop around Missouri a little bit, go to an antique store, and I tell you what, it's gonna be the best time of your life. I'm hyping it up because that's what I'm supposed to do. Thank goodness I just decided to start coloring things, because if I was trying to draw something, nothing would happen. Estate sales? Yes. I agree. And also Missouri has the best yard sales. If anybody tells you otherwise, spit at their foot. Literally just do it. Because, oh my gosh, okay, so we literally have the biggest yard sales out here ever. Like, whenever I went to school, there was this one yard sale, like, all-day yard sale event. It was a citywide yard sale. And they literally had to shut down the school. It was like a holiday. They had to shut down the schools around the area because the buses couldn't make it through the streets to pick the kids up. And so everybody would just be gone. And because of that, they were like, all right, we're taking the day off, you know? Because all of the teachers would be gone and all the students wouldn't be able to get there. So they just shut it down. And God bless. And they had to add another day onto the event because all of that was happening. It was honestly, it was so magical. Now I have to ask off work to go, but like, come on, that's another problem. What's up, Comfort Lycanthrope? Crazy. Thanks for the follow. Yapping about yard sales and crap. I cannot wait until next April. Because spring and summer are whenever most of the yard sales pop up. And it's literally the most whimsical thing ever. I love going out and buying stuff. And that's where I got most of my digital cameras. I kid you not, that's where I got most of them. Because people would be like, oh, I have my iPhone, I don't need this anymore. Or, oh, I bought this really expensive fancy camera, I don't need this anymore. And I jumped on that because, you know, even though I didn't need it, I bought it anyways. Whimsical. Honestly. Sometimes it's the things you don't need that you end up needing. Best thing ever. I love buying stuff though, which is a problem a lot of the times. Also, everybody sells their VHS tapes, dude. I have an 80s Polaroid camera I bought for $5 at my old job. It's kind of insane how much it's worth. That's awesome, dude. I love that. They literally made stuff so awesome back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I honest to God hope that because a lot of that stuff is making a comeback, that the stinking companies, listen, they're gonna do it out of greed, but like, as long as I get my cool, awesome, like, you know, nostalgia bait crap, I think I'll be happy. But like, I swear, I hope they start remaking this stuff, not with the cheap crap, but just as good as how they did it back then, because I think whoever does that first, God bless. Literally. Literally. Oh my goodness. It is really weird streaming at 2 right now, by the way. I hope you guys all know this. I had to stream an hour earlier. I have a few hoodies and stuff that my dad owned in like the 90s, and they're still holding it. Literally! I was talking to my coworker about this. Yeah, okay, actually, the stream is early today because I have to be at my sister's house at 5. Listen, I haven't told anybody this because it's my personal life, but, my sister is having a gender reveal party today for her child, and I'm honestly extremely happy about this because, guys, I'm gonna be an aunt, and you can already imagine how that's gonna go, but, I'm so hyped up about it. But yeah, that's why the stream is an hour earlier. I didn't want to miss the stream, and I also, like, have to be there for my sister's, baby gender reveal party. We're gonna blow up the planet in blue or pink, depending on what they're gonna be. It's exciting! I'm gonna be an aunt! And my sister's gonna be a mom! That's wild. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, oh my gosh. I've already been making plans on, like, what media I'm gonna show them, because, okay, and my sister, me and my sister are complete opposites of one another, which is, like, so fair. It's hilarious, though, because we are twins, but we're not identical at all. But, oh my gosh. I'm already making plans on what media and games that I'm gonna show them, you know? And, my sister, she's like, no video games. If you buy my kid any video games, then I'm just gonna take that and sell it. And I was like, Alyssa, you don't understand. This has to happen. I was like, you know I'm not gonna show them slop, right? But she's not hearing me. However, whenever they come to my house and stuff, I'm gonna I'm gonna let them watch Bear in the Big Blue House, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, The Muppets, you know. They're gonna be watching, the older shows that I was, you know, staring at on PBS Kids, so probably Martha Speaks. And not even Phineas and Ferb whenever they're a little bit older and can appreciate that stuff. The Wiggles. I told my sister I was gonna have them watch the Wiggles. The Wiggles. And, yeah, it's gonna be great. Sesame Street, awesome. Oh my, hold on. I gotta catch up with the chat. I looked away for like 2 seconds. I get wanting a retro analog camera equipment for like film and stuff, but old digital cameras are so objectively bad, and any cool effects you can get from them can be reproduced with post-processing while still having a good photo. That is so fair, actually. But honestly, I think that a lot of the times you can tell whenever it has been reproduced, but maybe that's just me. Wild Kratts, pop off, yes, absolutely Wild Kratts. Bear in the Big Blue House is an absolute must. And I swear, I'm gonna have to find it, because there was these Bear in the Big Blue House VHS tapes that were blue. I gotta find that, because I remember going to the library with my mom whenever I was like 6, and of course I wanted the tape that was blue, because that was my favorite color at the time, and, I didn't realize that I was gonna be getting set on peak. I would go back and I would watch Bear in the Big Blue House again. You did? You watched them live? That's awesome. I'm actually high-key jealous. Cyber Chase, 100%. No, but I was like, dude, you know I'm not gonna be having your kids like get on any slop. They're gonna be getting literally the peak crap ever. I already know what video games. They're gonna probably be playing Ocarina of Time. They're gonna be playing Mario 64. I'm gonna teach them how to be the ultimate gamer. But my sister, she's convinced that her kids are not gonna like video games, and I'm like, listen. From me, listen. Being a child and growing up into an adult child, I understand that the things that your parents would try to keep you from, you would probably most likely go and try and do. Because guess what? Your parents tried to keep you from it. So of course, you're gonna wanna, you know, dip your toes in the water of something new. I'm telling you, these dang children, if my sister does not let them play any video games, they're gonna be heckin' curious about it, and they're gonna get hooked. Just saying. Honestly, though, I actually was never a, you know, insano, like, going behind. The only time I ever went behind my parents' back and did something was whenever I bought Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch. During COVID, I snuck out of the house and went and I bought that game, and I got grounded for it, and that was the last time that I ever got grounded. But, you know, that's just how it is. However, I also understand the value of having your children buy and learn how to respect their own, like, electronics and items, you know? Because whenever I was growing up, my parents, they weren't huge on video games either. But they did play some Nintendo 64 games and some GameCube games. And so they bought those for themselves, and my brother, before I was born, right? And so, that's what we had growing up. But if we ever wanted any more video games, or any more video game consoles, we had to buy those ourselves. So, because we had to buy those ourselves, we knew our parents weren't going to just buy and replace these things for us if it broke. So, we literally oh my gosh. We literally had to, we had to take care of our own things because it like if we screwed it up, if we were like reckless with it, it was going to get trashed. And so we took such good care of our items because we knew we had to like have it for ourselves. Insane. Insane. Anyways, hold on. Comfort, I gotta read what you just said. I'll be putting them on peak. Trigun. Wait, is that Evangelion? Akira, Ghost in the Shell, when they're 16, 17, maybe even Angel's Egg. Dang. Honestly, that'd be awesome. You gotta show them old, humongous games like Put Put and Freddy Fish. Oh, dude. They have, I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but they, in the library, back in, like, earlier 2000s, there was this learning, like, reading book game and stuff. And, hi, Crab! Hello! There was, like, this reading game on the computers in this library. And they had this, like, interactive Stella Luna game. That was my crap as a kid. That was the absolute crap ever. I don't know if anybody else experienced the Stella Luna game, but that was literally my jam. Kay gets more pink as the days go by. Eventually, she's just gonna be pink. Honestly. They gotta appreciate fine art, and by fine art, I mean specifically the dumb stuff I was interested. Literally! That's what I'm saying! That was peak crap, and it was peak crap for a reason. Now, of course, my sister, I love her to death, but she was like, well, you're not gonna have my child sitting down and watching these things, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, because she's afraid of them getting their attention span snapped in half because of iPad children, which is, like, so fair. My little cousins are kind of iPad kids. Actually, not kind of, they totally are. Their stinking 3-year-old already knows how to work a phone. That's scary. Now, personally, I don't like that. And I pray for that poor kid's attention span. But, it's just one of those things. And I understand why my sister doesn't want to have that happen to her kids. However, Bear in the Big Blue House will not destroy your child's attention span. I mean, my dad had me grow up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, didn't touch the computer till I was like 10. Literally, yeah. So, like, dude, like, iPhones and crap are so, like, the short form content is actually so destructive. And AI, I'm about to rant. You guys don't want me to rant. Because I'll pop off. I really will. Because I, honest to God, think that with the shortened attention spans of children and how they get answers so easily is destroying critical thinking, and it's destroying being patient and finding out answers and searching for things within the ability that you have. And then learning, once you figure out, like, how to search for information and how to take in information, like, then then that makes your brain so much bigger. That made brain big go, But no, well, you know what these kids do? I feel old whenever I say these children nowadays don't know what it's like to have to write a 5-page essay and actually learn how to cheat the proper way. But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because you know what? I couldn't go to freaking AI ChatGPT to cheat. I actually had to look up the information, copy it, and then use bigger words and rearrange the information so that nobody saw that I was cheating. You had to be stealthy about it. But now bull crap. Bull crap. Critical thinking. Big brain go zoom. Anyways, yeah, you can tell the moment that I'm about to crash out sometimes. The biggest thing I hate about parents nowadays is they shove tablets and phones in their children's faces. We didn't have that, and it's just sad to watch it happen, literally. So, that's another big thing, is that instead of these children learning how to regulate their emotions, whenever they are crying and tweaking out and freaking out and, like, having a bad time, you know what they get as a response? Instead of, oh, hey, let's calm down, figure out how to regulate your emotions as a child so you don't have to deal with it later in life. They get brain dead iPad slop. Your kid's not learning how to they are not learning critical information that they need to know for the future. Because they are going to be absolutely unregulated. Because whenever you're tweaking out, whenever you're freaking out, you gotta learn how to calm yourself down. Because now these kids are learning how to not calm themselves down. They're learning how to distract themselves and ignore a lot of what's going on. It's gonna make them pop, bro. I'm no expert, but that's just my personal observation, and that's what I'm gonna tell you. So, it's dangerous. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And, my parents, they would let us have a DS, and they would let us have our Game Boys out in public. And so, of course, I was playing that crap in the car whenever we were going places. But the difference about that is that, instead of it being a repetitive, game, or I'm watching a show constantly, I was playing Pokemon. I learned how to read. I had no motivation to learn how to read whenever I was a kid. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. I hated school, and the best time of my life has been happening outside of school, because I hated it so much. But I legitimately learned so much things through video games. So many things through video games. I literally, once I tried to play Pokemon, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't read. I have to read. And so I learned through, I picked up motivation for the game, to read and learn and pick up context and solve puzzles and look at my surroundings and stuff and, problem solve. And, the characters that you would interact with were in depth, and I had to, figure out where they were coming from in order to interact with these NPCs. And freaking kids nowadays with their stupid little iPads playing Candy Crush on their mama's stinking greasy iPhone. Crap, dude! That's scary! Oh, every single stream there has to be at least one crash out. Games are an excellent learning tool, especially for those with ADHD. Totally. I think I agree with that. And are these kids even reading books? Are they? Are you reading books? What are you doing? They're literally destroying their imaginations. I think, anyways. Anyway, stupid. It's stupid. I started drawing seriously when I was 9. Wait, I was a Proud Warrior Cats kid. I took those books with me everywhere, literally, and I started drawing seriously when I was 9. Literally, same, almost same. I think I took a little bit longer to start drawing seriously, but still, dude, crazy stuff. And okay, you guys know how I feel about video games. Video games are so cool. But I hate Google, and I hate I'm gonna say this. I hate how whenever I'm stuck on a video game, I do this, and whenever I get frustrated on a puzzle, I will go and look it up instead of powering through it and solving the problem on my own, because I allow myself to give up so easily on these puzzles that took kids in the 90s They had to go to school and communicate with each other and talk to each other and share information about the games that they learned so that everybody could progress. Okay? Because because I've been playing Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And legitimately, there are some things in that game where I'm like, how the heck did anybody solve this whenever this game first came out? Because all you had was a booklet that you had to buy, the game manual, the game, and then all of your friends to talk to about whenever they were also playing this game. Like, trying to figure out the levels in Super Mario World, like, literally. And you couldn't solve it without help from other people. And so, you were able to, like, communicate and make more friends with those around you because you were, like, you had something in common. You could, like, exchange information and stuff, you know? And like, I'm jealous of that. I don't have that right now. I mean, I guess I could go and, like, you know, try and find little communities and stuff on the internet still and be like, hey, who, like, does anybody know how to do this? But they'll probably just look it up. You know what I mean? And, like, that's not fun. I want everybody to problem solve together. Video game magazines existed back then with tips and tricks, literally. Also, hello, Alistair. What's up? You caught me in a rant. But as an example, I was in one of the dungeons in Link to the Past, right? And it was the water one. So it was like the swamp palace or whatever the heck it is. And I legitimately could not figure out how to progress in this one room. It was a room that was, like, kind of had water on the floor, and then there was, like, multiple waterfalls, like, spouting out of the wall. And there was no door. There was no, like, obvious way of progression. And so I walked around that room multiple times trying to figure out if there was a bombable wall, if there was a place that I could break through, and there wasn't anything that I could see, and there was no indication that any of the waterfalls were different. And so I was like, crap. So I literally played the game for, like, probably 2 more hours trying to figure out how to get past this stinking, like, how to progress through this dungeon. And, I gave up and Googled it. And it was like, yeah, just go through this waterfall right here. It was so... I legitimately... It sucked the life and joy out of discovering how I could have solved that on my own. You know what I mean? Because I gave up and looked for an answer that was, like, instantaneous. Like, that's what I'm talking about, you know? It is, I am going to try and not do that for every single video game that I play. Because I do it on the live streams here because I don't want to take forever trying to figure out a puzzle. But, honestly, I may even try and stop doing that, you know what I mean? But, of course, I don't need a walkthrough to play Earthbound because I play that so much. Kids these days with their newfangled fandoms, it's fairly, young and trying to fit into spaces geared towards teenagers. I stick out there like a sore thumb because I'm interested in much older stuff. What the hell is a Has-Been Hotel? What's Cookie Run, Genshin Impact, Forsaken? All these newfangled anime and cartoons. Literally, that makes us sound so old. Like, I can get into some of the newer stuff, you know? But I have such an appreciation for how the older things were made then, because they were made without, you know, they were made without the influence of the internet. Because I think a lot of the video games nowadays are made with the expectation that you are just gonna Google a walkthrough, or if you get stuck, you are going to just find the answer in 2 seconds, and there's not going to be that much problem solving. You know what I mean? And honestly, that's just an opinion, and it may not even be like a genuine like correct like thing. However, that's how I feel about a lot of the newer games that I've played. Um, a lot of the newer games that I've played. But there's not as much experimentation that I feel like could be had in this game, and I don't like I've not made video games before, so I don't really know how it is. But I really wish that there was more creativity, I guess, like in the space rather than following hot trends. And while I understand following a trend is easier because you know you're going to get a lot of eyes on your content because they are, people will be looking for things that are similar than what got them hooked on this idea, right? But it just, like, once you're all doing the same thing over and over and over and over, there's nothing new going on, And I wish that there was a lot more variety, and I'm not saying there isn't variety, but I want there to be more of like a stepping back from what's trendy and a more stepping into like what you actually want to do and what ideas that you actually have and being inspired by new things and all this and that. Because again, I understand wanting to follow the trends, and I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that like be creative with it, improve on it, or take elements from many other things and like slap that into one, just like a Frankenstein. Because honestly, and that's all creativity is really too, though, I don't know, but I'm just like, it's sad to see the same thing happen over and over and over. But I thought it was so neat because I was looking back on like the Nintendo 64 games that I really enjoyed to play, and I was watching a retrospective. It was more of like, oh, wait a minute. Yes, hold on. I locked in whenever I saw Vampire Hunter D in the chat. I love that movie so much. That anime. Okay, listen. Please, for the love of God, watch Vampire Hunter D. I don't like vampire content because that crap, it gets uncomfortable. However, Vampire Hunter D is so good. I will watch Vampire Hunter D as many times as I can. I have it pirated, and I'm planning on burning it onto a physical disc for myself, because if you go and try to find the DVD, it's gonna be like $2 million freaking dollars. That's not true. But, anyways, I was watching a retrospective on Ocarina of Time through the, like, basically talking about why the gameplay was the way that it was whenever they pushed it out, because we have to remember that Ocarina of Time was the first 3D Zelda game, right? And like, to my knowledge, this is true. I could be wrong. Somebody can pull something, like some random fact I didn't know out of their butt, and I would probably believe it. But as far as I know, Ocarina of Time was the first 3D Zelda game. Okay? So a lot of the gameplay elements in the Kokiri Forest is the way that it was because it was trying to introduce players who were used to 2D games how to play a 3D how to navigate a 3D space. Because I didn't realize this, and I'm so glad that this was pointed out in this video. The way that you have to, like, find the, sword and shield and, like, get rupees for it, the mini-games that you have to participate in, the platforming and the walking along the, like, wooden beams there, it's all to get the player who may not have ever experienced playing a 3D game before how to navigate a space like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Climbing up into the Great Deku Tree and then jumping down through the spider web that's in the floor, that was totally new. That was like, it was literally showing off, like, hey, this is how you're gonna be moving around. And it was so cool. Fighting Goma she doesn't initiate the fight until you actually take your camera and look up yourself, because it is getting the player used to being in a 3D space. So neat. The camera angles sucked. Some of the other things sucked, but that was because it's new. And they were trying to introduce new concepts. And it was so freaking cool, because whenever that game came out, there was nothing else really like it. It's so neat. I love it. Anyways. I love it. It's so cool. I love video games. I love seeing how they were made back then. I love looking at, like, back and reflecting on why they made the game how they did. It's so cool, especially with Mario 64. I was watching my little cousin playing Mario 64, and he was, literally, Jellybean, you get it. Absolutely. I was literally about to say that. I was watching him play Mario 64, and I was like, oh my gosh. The camera guy, the Lakitu, is literally there for the player to better understand how to use the cameras. That was so neat, dude. And Mario, being probably the first 3D platforming game that most people have played, I love the fact that they drop you in front of the castle instead of dropping you right into the castle. Because you know what a person is going to do whenever they are dropped into a new 3D space that they have never seen or experienced before? They're going to explore outside and kind of run around. There's trees placed so you can learn that you can climb them. There's water so you can learn and you can swim. And then you have the door to the castle, which people wouldn't really probably have known that you were going to be in there jumping through paintings and experiencing, like, these different, worlds, right? But the way that the beginning was made was so cool, because you can explore and, like literally learn about the environment and learn what you can do. And it literally, the whole point was to introduce new ideas to new players, and I love it to death. And I was watching my little cousin play it, and it made me so happy. It killed me to watch this in a good way. And I watched him play and beat the King Bob-omb, and I thought it was so neat, because that also shows you, in a way, it teaches you how to beat Bowser. Because what you're supposed to do with the King Bob-omb is get behind him, pick him up, and then toss him, right? And, that's kind of what you have to do with Bowser. But the game won't outright tell you that, it shows you that. The texture for Metal Mario was just a fish lens picture of a bunch of flowers. That's awesome. Hi, Bree. I love you, Bree. Welcome. Yes! The info is 100% relevant to new players. Because a lot of people, I don't think that, and this is me included, I'm just saying, a lot of people take for granted how amazing 3D games are. Okay? Because we have it so good. We have quality of life, we have all of our little problems figured out. Literally, And so, playing these old games and seeing, like, how these ideas started, and how this genre, and, like, I'm so enjoying the Crimp podcast as I doze in bed. Amazing. But, like, it shows you how we got to where we are now. And I love it. I am the biggest fan. I've been playing A Link to the Past, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's where that got introduced. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how we got this. And literally A Link to the Past set the standard for a lot of the 2D Zelda games that we got, and also, like, a lot of concepts from the 3D Zelda games. And I didn't realize that, I think his name, okay, hold on. The guy who made the soundtracks for the Zelda games, it was just one dude up into Ocarina of Time. Hold on. Okay, it was Koji Kondo. This guy, listen to the music that this guy made. Okay, hold on. He did the soundtrack for Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Majora's Mask. A lot of the games. He's worked on so many games. And I don't know what it is called. I'm not a musical person. I can't play an instrument to save my life, but I appreciate music a lot. So, I don't know what it's called, but whenever a theme will have a callback to a different theme, and you can hear it playing in the background of something that they've taken and made it, like, into, like, expanded on the tune and stuff, it will make you think of whenever you initially heard that first song in the melody that you're hearing newly, and it's so cool whenever that happens, because in those games, I was playing Link to the Past, and I would hear songs in their original, where they came from, and then I would think about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I heard that in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time whenever I was doing this. I heard that in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess whenever I was doing this. This was where that came from. Peak. Now, I know that that's kind of backwards, because it's actually supposed to be the other way around. I'm like, oh, I played Link to the Past, and so, you know, that's where this came from, blah, 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 blah. But it still works, and it was tweaking me out, and I literally have been having such a good time playing video games. I gotta show you guys this. I bought a journal, and I've been guys, I've turned into such a nerd. I legit have been taking notes, handwritten notes, while I play this stinking game. I have like so many pages now, and it's literally like, oh, this is what I did in the game today. This is how I progressed in the game today. And, like, this was what I discovered in this game. And this is how I feel about this dungeon and how it was laid out and how I was supposed to progress. This is what I think about this kind of gameplay. Writing it all down. This was the best decision that I think I've made in a long time. And I suggest if you're as, like, listen, I get that taking notes and stuff is probably, like, kind of, you know, hard to make a habit of, right? But if you can try, I suggest doing this with games that you are playing for the first time. Just writing down notes, writing down what you found out, writing down scenes that were significant to you, missions that you really liked. Write them down. Because I've been doing that and it is the best thing ever. I cannot ooh, it's peak. It's peak. It makes you appreciate the game more, or at least it has allowed me to appreciate the game more, because instead of the things that I'm enjoying in that moment being a passing thought, I'm writing them down and then dwelling on it a little bit more, and then expanding my thought process on it, and then that leads to deeper appreciation of the game. Best thing ever, dude. Oh God, I'm gushing. I'm tweaking out. No! Crab. No, my streams have been tweaking out a little bit, so just, ignore that. But today they really don't want you to hear me tweak about video games. But that's okay. I love games so much. It makes my heart so happy. Genuinely, though, it's the best. I love it. I wish that I'd have done that whenever I was playing Hollow Knight, though. Because I didn't really write down my discoveries and thoughts on Hollow Knight, because I did that after I started playing that game. I totally should have, though. I totally should have. I'm gonna check something really quick on my phone. I'm gonna make sure that everything is still live, because Crab made me. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We're still live. Neat. Alright. I swear, this drawing, I could have had it colored so much faster, but I didn't. We live and we yap, and that's what I live by. I'm living. I'm alive. I love video games. I can talk about them for hours, and everybody knows this. Honestly, okay, this is really funny, but my favorite game store is they're beefing out their social medias currently, and I found out that there's a form on their website that I could fill out and get onto their podcast, and I really want to do that so I can yap about video games. To like people who actually collect video games more than I do. And yeah, so honestly, and everybody should know this by now, as much as I love that game store so much, I do have a problem personally. Hold on, ignore this. I just need the color of her eyes. As much as I love that game store, there's this one thing that the owners of it do that tweaks me out a little bit, and it's literally the fact that they put games on display in boxes, and they put them in wrapping to protect them, and then they never touch them. And so then it's just a display piece. They have a Famicom with a floppy disk drive there that is literally from Japan. And they have it just on display, and it's wrapped up. They themselves put it wrapped up, and it just says not for sale. The original Famicom with the floppy disk drive, yes. And it tweaked me out whenever I saw it, because I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But it's wrapped up, has one game wrapped up with it, and they are not gonna play it. And it tweaks me the heck out. Why would you wrap it up and then put it on display and allow nobody to play it? That's so sad. Oh, because game... I'm getting animated. Okay. Hear me now, and I've said this before. Games are meant to be played. Games are meant to be played. I understand how you can feel proud of having a game and then keeping it sealed in the box and displaying that box and then never touching it. I can understand how people enjoy that. However, I don't enjoy it, therefore it's wrong. So, games are meant to be played. If you want to look at something, buy a picture, buy a painting. Not a video game. Video games are meant to be played and enjoyed. You cannot play and enjoy a video game truly until you rip that box open and stare and play and see what's inside. Because they are not something just to look at, they are something to experience. So stop keeping it. You can keep the box. You can keep the console. You can keep them outside. Take the console outside of the box and enjoy it. Because you still have the box, okay? Just don't keep it in the box. They are not meant to be something to just put on display. Unless it's in a museum, okay? That is my firm opinion. That is the opinion that I will have until I die. That is it. And I will stand by that for a million years. I will, if anybody gives me a video game that is sealed in the box, I'm opening that box. Never give me a sealed video game because I will be opening that crap. I actually have not. I don't think I've ever seen an ET game on display. Or an ET game ever. I know that there was one for the Atari that was really bad. But I have never personally seen it with my own two eyes, in its real, true form. Also, I realized that I never did the line art proper for Clomp. That's kind of sad. Dang. You want to know what my local game store has? Also, I find this hilarious because the people in that store know who I am, and so I can't just go in there and be stupid because they know me. I literally, anytime that I go in there, they're like, oh my gosh, hey, it's you! And I'm like, huh? Hi guys! I buy too many video games, yes, I know. But they have the Earthbound game in the box with the big back manual, okay? freaking me out, man. I want it so bad, but it's $7,000, almost $8,000. Fresh from the dump, the horrors of being known. You want to know what's insane? It actually is the horrors of being known. I generally am, like, I hope you can tell that I generally am a very extroverted person, but sometimes I do like to have that air of mystery so that whenever something explodes that I've caused, and I can just leave and nobody will know who I am because I was just that one random person that walked into the store, right? I can't do that anymore. Not saying that I cause problems in stores, but I have to but I have to make sure that I act so cool, you know? I'm actually kidding, but dang. You know what I really want to buy? Because my coworker was telling me about this. I'm literally never gonna get any drawing done today. I literally just colored this, and I think that's as far as I might even get. But I'm gonna make a new canvas, and we'll see where this journey leads us. Okay, I think it was called Go-Go Hypergrind. Yes! I want to play Go-Go Hypergrind on the GameCube. Because I guess my coworkers are so cool because most of them are 90s kids. I swear, I am the youngest person there right now. I think other than my other coworker, but she works front desk, and so I am one of the youngest people there, working in the back area in the vinyl department. I'm the youngest one in the vinyl department. My coworker was telling me about Go-Go Hypergrind, and I am 95% sure that he said the guy who made Ren and Stimpy worked on this game. And he had it, and he sold it, and he regrets doing it. And I legit had to look him in the eyes and was like, oh, buddy, that game I saw in the store, and it was being sold for $500. Which sucks. But I guess it must have been really good. Or at least a cult classic, because that's kind of what happened to Earthbound, is that it didn't sell that much units in the US, and so then it just became this, like, cult classic, and nobody could find it anymore, and so, of course, the prices were being bloated on it. Terrible. Terrible, stinking terrible. But I kind of also am a root to that problem. I cause it. I enable the bloated gaming market because I am the type of person to just pay the big price for something that I want. I love having things in physical form. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I don't think that I will ever be able to buy another stinking Pokemon game that is old again, unless I just find a really good deal. Because I literally found a copy of Pokemon Emerald. Have you guys seen the prices on Pokemon Emerald? Terrible. Terrible, terrible. I have Sapphire and Ruby, though, which is cool, but I don't have Emerald. My brother had Emerald at one point. I swear he did. But I don't know what I bet you we sold it. The Game Boy Advance prices are insane. Literally insane. Just out of the, like, just crazy. It was bad. So, there was one year that I lost all of my DS games whenever I was going on a trip to Florida. And, I had games like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky, and Soul Silver, and Pokemon Black. Toaster, you better love and care for that Emerald game, because it was like almost $200 just for the loose cart of that. Anyways, I lost all of those games, and I had to go and buy them back. Like, whenever I realized that, I was like, because I was in high school, and I was kind of like, oh man, like, I kind of missed that game. I think I'm going to try and buy it back. So I bought back Pokemon Soul Silver, and I bought back Fossil Fighters, and I bought back Fossil Fighters Frontiers, and I bought back the Pokemon Ranger game. I literally lost all of my like DS games, bro. I bought them all back before the prices hiked up, and literally that was such a blessing. Listen, guys, once I start buying things, you better start, like, buying things, too, because I'm accidentally setting trends, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it, alright? because that happened and then the prices started like skyrocketing, and I was so scared. The only game that I did not buy back that I did have was Explorers of Sky. I have Time and Darkness, I have Red and Blue, but I do not have Explorers of Sky, and that makes me so sad because I saw the loose cart of that today, or not today, yesterday, and I tweaked a little bit. Made me depresso, not actually, but I was like, dang, I had that. I had you at one point. Not anymore. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna draw, I'm probably just gonna draw, like, video game characters now, if I'm being so for real. And by video game characters, I mean Pokemon. You know what I really... Hold on. Give me a second. I was not able to fix my Wii, no. I called, like, 5 places, and all of them, like, said, draw Ness. I already had an idea for what I was gonna draw Bree. Anyways. I was not able to get my Wii fixed. It currently has Mario Kart stuck inside of it, which sucks booty cheeks because Mario Kart is a really good game. However, whenever I was at the game store yesterday, I kind of had a come to Jesus moment where I was like, okay, I think that getting my Wii fixed and getting Mario Kart taken out of it would cost as much as just buying a new copy of Mario Kart. So I bought just a new copy of Mario Kart. Actually, no. Honestly, hold on. Just let me take you guys back to this screen so you have something to look at. I will show you what is wrong with my Wii. Give me 2 seconds because I have it back here. I will grab it and show you. Just 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Oh my gosh, this stupid big back blanket. Okay. Hold on. It's right over here. Alright. Witness this thing. Okay. I have it on me because I kept trying to take it to places and get it fixed. Why not just take it out? Because I don't want to ruin it. Because this was the Wii I grew up with, and I'm holding out hope that I can one day have it fixed. But I'm not gonna, you know. So, check this out. I'm actually gonna unplug it really quick. Oh, I gotta get under my desk to the port down here. Give me a second. I'm just sending. Don't blow up, please, for the love of God. Alright. And it's not the power cord, because I've tried multiple of them. But this is what happens to my Wii whenever I plug it in. Give me a second. I'm actually going to turn that off. Okay, you guys see the Wii. Whenever I plug it in, the light on it comes on for like 2 seconds. But now it's not even turning on. It, like, flashes dimly. And I do not know what the problem is. It will not turn on if I press the button. It will not eject the disc if I press the button. Nothing is happening. Oh my gosh, did that thing just... Hold on. So, it's not responding. I think, like, the power bank might be going out. It won't eject any disc. I don't have a memory card in it, so all of my save files and stuff are just stuck on this console. And the power, like, literally the light will flash on and off. Like, it'll flash in and out of existence. Like, it is just trying to keep its eyes open. Poor little baby. Poor little baby is on its deathbed. I'm gonna be so for real. Like, I'm just happy the light comes on sometimes. But she'll never respond. It's so sad. And Mario Kart's stuck inside of it. So, I will never... Well, I can't say I'll never get it out, but I have not taken it out. And it's devastating. It honestly is. Nope. And you want to know something that sucks? My sister unlocked every single character in that stinking game. We had Dry Bones Bowser! Yeah, I've tried multiple power cables for it, and it just will not work. It will not respond. I tried all 3 of them. But I don't know how that happened. Cause I let my sister borrow that Wii, because it was our childhood Wii, and, I had her borrowing it, And she texted me one day and she's like, dude, the Wii's not turning on. And I was like, what? What did you do? Which she didn't do anything. I think that this was just something that happened organically, which sucks. But, you know, we, I took it back. I tried to figure out what was wrong with it, and we just couldn't get it fixed. So it was just, it was just really unfortunate. But I've kind of come to terms with the fact that it may not get fixed. Because even though it does have a lot of our childhood memories on it and all that, I've kind of been like, well, I'll just have to make these new memories on my other Wiis just as important as the ones that I grew up with on that. And, you know, it's bittersweet, but I've honestly kind of, you know, I'm a little bit prepared for the fact that it's probably not going to get fixed. But I do have a new copy of Mario Kart, and I do have, like, 3 other Wiis. I literally cannot believe that my sister got Dry Bones Bowser. If you love it, let it go. I know. Like, I was sad that currently I've lost that information and those save files. But I think that it is just as important to not dwell too much about what I lost and, you know, get excited for the new opportunities that I can make for myself on the new Wiis that I have. And it's whimsical, and I'm gonna be having just as much fun. But this means that I can play Wii Sports Resort again. It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, I am gonna draw Pokemon. And I'm gonna draw Trico. Because I thought about it, and I love that Pokemon. I just need to figure out how I want to draw its fat little face. Listen, the Wii was such a good console, dude. I love video games, man. I don't even have to say it. Trico's got a fat head. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I will not be unconvinced of Trico's big fat head. I am excited though because my friends are visiting in December, and now I can play my Wii with them and try and unlock as many. Dude, that's literally what we need to do. We need to play Mario Kart and unlock as many characters as we can. I want to do that with my friends, because that would be so freaking cool. I'm pulling up to the function with all of my TVs, and we're literally gonna do it. I'm so down. This Trico looks so chill. Yes! Absolutely. All of my TVs is such a vaguely threatening statement. Okay, listen, I have 6 TVs now. And I don't have a problem, guys. I don't have any problems. I don't have too many TVs. Nobody can tell me I have too many TVs. I have just the right amount, and sometimes I just think I don't have enough. And most of them are CRTs. I'm telling you, I'd just be grabbing these things. So, I have a flat screen from the 2010s and 2011s. Now I'm going to be acquiring the flat screen from early 2000s. I have my box TV there from the 90s. I have I have three more of those. Oh my gosh, I have more than 6 TVs. I have a Dora TV that I grew up with that is also a box CRT. And then I have a new smart TV. So in total, I have 8 TVs. And all of them I use for different things. I have one that I travel with as well. And it is extremely whimsical. I'm totally gonna. I'm literally all of my TVs are gonna be pulled up to the function. And the thing about the CRTs is that they put off a emotional sport TV. Yes. The old CRTs put off this extremely high-pitched ringing noise, and I did not realize that they did that until every single person that I would bring that TV around for whenever I brought that TV to the function and pulled up with it, people were like, dude, what is that high-pitched ring? And I was be like, crap, that's my TV. That's my dang TV. Just ignore that's happening. Oh, hey, Blue. But yeah, dude, just my TV screeching, you know? No, dude, I started an hour early, bro. Hey, go on, I'm streaming. My little cousins are here. But, no, I started an hour early. Ooh, nice. I literally just drew this thing's head, and I do not know how I'm gonna do the body. But legitimately, I love TVs, and I love playing on my little box TVs. Hold on, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna draw this thing. Once I get that that new TV, I'm gonna totally hook that up with my GameCube. Dude, I had this thing drawn, but now I'm not liking how it's turning out. I did not pre-plan at all for how I was gonna do this. You might just have to live with its fat head. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Oh my. We're gonna draw something different. Boom. Dead. Literally, this whole stream has just been me yapping, and all of my streams are the same. Oh, yeah, I can give him a Christmas hat. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna get rid of his fat headness. Reduced to atoms. There. He's so holly jolly. There we go. Holly Jolly Trico. Look at him. There. He's so holly jolly. And now I'm gonna get rid of the hat and him. Boom. You know what I will draw? Actually, let me think about it. I don't know, what Pokemon should I draw? I like drawing all of them. I might do, actually. Kill him. If I can, you know, survive for 3 seconds. Okay. Are you seeing the vision here? You seen the vision? I never just start with the body first. That's how you know I'm tweaking out right now. You ever have a Tamagotchi? I was actually about to buy one the other day, but I decided not to. I've had this rule with myself that I literally can't buy the video games that I want just for me yet, because it's around the holidays now, and I have to buy things for my friends and family for Christmas. So I can't just spend my money willy-nilly. But I almost did buy one. I would love to have one. Yo! Welcome, thanks for following. Literally gonna explode. Which one? There's a bunch. Oh, I have no idea. It was just something that I found at another antique store. But it was like this, I think it was like a newer one though. It was like a 2016, I think, or something like that. But it was like this, the design on it made it look like it was a, like an arcade carpet. Ooh. I'd like to have one, I really would. I just need to actually go and buy one. How much are they? Is that another thing that has had the prices just absolutely pop up on it, like pop off and explode? Because I don't think that I would, Depends, really. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, like, the differences between the ones that are out now and, like, what they made then, I guess. There was one that I found that was, like, and it was, this is definitely newer, but it had a little Nosuke in it. It was Demon Slayer themed. But I'm hoping, by the way, I'm praying that my brother does get me a Pokewalker for Christmas, because that is what I told him that I wanted, and whenever he, like, because he asked me, and whenever I told him that, he was like, okay, bet! No idea if I'm gonna get it, though. Seriously? That's cool. I love Pokewalkers, bro. And I remember whenever I was a kid and my brother had one, because he got Pokemon Soul Silver, and he got it in the box with the whole kit and caboodle with the Pokewalker and everything. And he would have me and my sister, he would give the Pokewalker to us, and he would have us running around the house for him, and it was the funniest thing ever. Honestly, it was so silly. Because I remember my favorite Pokemon was Articuno. I love that bird, and I love that bird still. It is one of my favorite legendaries. I would ask him to put Articuno in it, and he would just make me run. And I would. Because that was the coolest crap. Because I was like, dude, put that Articuno in there. I want to make it happy. I want to be best friends with this Articuno. Worked out. It was whimsical. I honestly wish that they would do more things like that, but knowing Pokemon's track record at the moment, if they did, it would probably suck. I don't know where to put this other arm. Because I could make him Naruto running, but I feel like that would look kind of stupid. I might just move this one. Dang it, now I can't just use my canvas as a coloring book and then yap about everything under the sun. I have to focus. This sucks. They actually released something similar called the Pokénade. Wait a minute. I want one of those. Oh, crap. That sucks. Yeah, you know, that and Legends ZA is kind of bland, so I guess they're just going psycho. Sucks. No, because I am not Nintendo's, I'm Pokemon's #1 fan and hater. At the moment. I've bought most of their games. And each time I've been let down. As of recently. I cannot believe I'm living in the timeline of the world where Pokemon has decided to shoot themselves in the foot, like, every single game they've released. Because I've told everybody, and I've said that I would stop talking about it, but I have to at least talk about it once every single stream. Legends ZA is extremely boring because they took the life out of the city and you can't explore the buildings and the NPCs are bland, you can't talk to them, the Pokemon that you can't even interact with, and the game feels so bland, and the whole setup is like a maze that you can't escape, and the story is boring, you're not even there for a reason, they just put you in this world and they're like, okay, here's the keys, now you can just walk around and with aimless, like, no motivation, like, we're just putting you here in this situation, and it has no significance for you. There's no actual reason that you've been put in this world. There's a Pokemon that kind of likes you, but, you know, whatever, main character energy. It exists for no reason, and it makes me upset. Okay, I'm done. What did you go up to? I legitimately, after I beat the second round, not even, I think it might have even been the first round of the Mega Outbreak Pokemon, I stopped because that crap was so boring. I enjoyed ZA more than Scarlet and Violet 2, but it still has problems, and I will not be playing it anymore, because I took a break from the game because I was trying to beat Hollow Knight, and I did beat Hollow Knight, and then once I had beaten Hollow Knight, I went back to try and play ZA, and I think that's what my problem was, because if I hadn't have taken that break, then I most likely would have kept beating the game. But whenever I had to get back into the grind of the repetitive nature that is that game, it was so boring that it lost me. The last thing that I wanted to do was battle these Mega Outbreak Pokemon that were, like, tweaking out, because I knew it would be the same thing over and over again for me, and it posed no significance. The game didn't give me any reason to feel motivated about following its storyline. The moment that you step off that train, you don't know. If you end up picking it up again, it picks up a lot after a certain point. That's fair, but I had so many hours in that game, they should have done it sooner, honestly. And I'm pretty patient whenever it comes to video games, I like to think, you know. But this Pokemon one just lost me. I just, like, literally you step off the train and it gives you no reason why you need to be there. It's just like, oh, you're visiting. Okay, get wrapped up into the story. There's no reason for the character to be there. There's no reason for you to be there. And there's no reason that your character is significant in any way. And honestly, if they use that as a plot point, your character just, you know, not being really just this just insane trainer, like, I think that might have been cool if they went and, you know, had a reason for it. But you step off the train and it's like, hey man, the city's about to blow up in 2 seconds. This really weird looking dog with a glowing butthole wants you to save the Mega Pokemon that are exploding around the place. We need you to take your tiny little Totodile and whack them before it gets bad. And then you're gonna save the world. I mean, you're gonna save this city and everything's just gonna be hunky-dory, fine and dandy. Excuse me? At least in Legends Arceus, whenever you get put into that world, you're getting sucked through time and space, put into the past, because Arceus apparently just saw you and was like, hey, you know, let's stick this chick in, like, the past, like, period where iPhones don't exist and give them an iPhone, right? I don't know, man. That felt cooler and that felt more, like, like, more thought was put into it than you have an iPhone or you're stepping off a train. I don't know. That was my opinion. And I lied, because last time I talked about it, I said that I wouldn't talk about it anymore, and, I can't help myself. Anyways. I can't draw this thing's freaking arm, dude. Let's see, actually. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll put it up here. I'll save that arm that I made. And I'll put this one up here. How about that, huh? Does that look cool? I think it might. I don't know. Minecraft. I know the music. I keep seeing Minecraft memes on my Instagram again. Good, thank you. There's been a surge, I know, and maybe it's a sign. I'm adding more character to this leaf on the back of this dude's fat head. Wintertime 2-week obsession is on the horizon. I know, it always happens, dude. I will be making my uber insane castle again. I need everybody to know that whenever I play Minecraft, I am 100% somebody who will build things. And I literally, oh, it's terrible. I get locked in so hard, and I have to build the biggest house in the realm. I legitimately have to build the biggest house in the realm. And that is my goal each time that I get on to a Minecraft world. And it's bad. It has to be functional, it has to be practical, and it has to look like a dark, evil castle. And I do not know why, it is just something that happens. Then, anytime that I play the game, I have to figure out how to get an Enderman in a boat, I name it Boat, and then I just stick it in the house. And then people will look at it, tweak out, and then they'll tweak out, and then that's just, there's always gotta be a boat, there's always gotta be an Enderman named Boat. And there always has to be a dark, evil castle that I have made. I don't even know if I have pictures from my last Minecraft house, but that thing was like that was like a tower. Then there was one where I literally built a ring of fire around the entire thing. I did kidnap a man. I actually did kidnap a guy. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It was a pillager though, cause you can get their crossbows to break. Uh-huh. If you can catch a pillager and then make their crossbow break, you have a new little dude in your home that you can just keep there. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the prison that I made. Oh my gosh. I forgot all about that. I legitimately, in that castle that I made, I thought that it would be the funniest thing to build I also had a drug dungeon. Okay. So, in the Minecraft world that I put together, I made a giant dark evil castle. Then I built below it, you had to go down into a maze with hidden passageways that I put in there. And if you went to one side, that would put you into my, I called it a drug dungeon, but it was where I would make potions, and I did make that. And then there was a spot where if you were able to find it, you could go into the prison where I had a bunch of mobs that I have caught and put behind bars. And they had name tags on them. I forgot that I did that. I think I need to play Minecraft again. Oh my gosh. No, I don't have the pictures right now. I shut down the realm, but I can try and get that pulled up. And I legit, there was this one, and there was, okay, like, this was so funny, because, whenever I had initially made my house, we had some buddies of ours make it was the best thing. Honestly, my giant dark evil castle was the best thing. But we had some of our buddies playing with us, and of course they made a house that was 10 times bigger and 10 times better than mine, and I tore my house down from the foundation, like, down to the foundation. I rebuilt the entire thing in a week, and then I was so proud of it, because in my opinion it was better, you know, it was what I preferred. But whenever I saw theirs, it made me realize that I could put so much more effort into my evil dark castle than I had initially done. So of course I had to take that thing down to the ground and rebuild it. And it turned out really good, because I had the prison, I had the dungeon, I had the place where I can make potions, I had all of my treasures and pillaged items down there. It was great. And we also we cheat with keep inventory, and we had a Google sheet with all of our coordinates on there, to where you can teleport to each other's houses. So in mine, if you teleported, and I had different coordinates for myself set so that this wouldn't happen to me, but if you teleported into my house, it would put you immediately into the dungeon. Into your own cell. And I don't think anybody changed that, but you couldn't really teleport to my house, like, without immediately getting put into the prison that I had made. They were my friends, and I did what I did. Just saying. Just saying, okay? Because it was hilarious. Though, we had built a Minecraft cathedral. We had built a Minecraft church. And my house was put, like, because the Minecraft church was in the middle of the town that we had made. But my house was close enough that if you teleported to it, then you could walk to my house and not have any problems. So, it was fun. It was whimsical. Bree, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we also have like an actual like Bible spawned in there? It was literally the Christian Minecraft server. You 100% did. I'm talking about Minecraft now. We did. I don't know if it was the entire Bible, but it was quite. We had some like, we had verses and stuff in there, and that was extremely whimsical, and it was honestly like extremely hilarious. It's great. Yeah, I think I want to play Minecraft again. I'm gonna have to talk to Anne about it. Yes, Pokemon now. Yes, yes. And the church had, dude, we had a whole, like, it did get to the point where we were like, you know, the trade system in the church, that was the communal standpoint to where, like, you know, we had mailboxes, we had a spot in the church where if anybody had, too many items of, you know, that they just wanted to get rid of, they could put it in the church, and if somebody needed an item, they could go and look into the community chest in that building and pull out what they needed. It was the best thing ever. I also had, oh my gosh, dude, Bree, I also had the horse farm where I had the horse farm where I kept breeding horses so that I could make the fastest horse. And I succeeded. But it was a front. The horse farm was a front to my drug dungeon. It was the best thing ever. I will tell you straight up, it was the best thing ever. Never play Minecraft with me because it does get a little bit insane, but it was awesome. I've drawn a Growile now. This is literally one of the best Pokemon. There were so many layers to it, and I had no intention of genuinely going insane on that world, but I did, and I don't think I regret a second of it. Because if you put me in Minecraft, I'll just go and start doing things, okay? Like, the progression is build a house, build suspicious things around it, and then go from there, you know? It's Minecraft. You can do anything. It was so much fun, though. We did get to the point where we could have totally beat the Ender Dragon, too. Like, we had Netherite mine going, like, we had the mines just in the Nether. We had it all, dude. I'm gonna draw a cute little Totodile. Cause I got like, we have like 10 minutes before I gotta leave. Yeah. Then we got jobs. Which, to be fair, I had a job whenever I started playing it. No, actually, I agree, Gasog. That's so real. I said I was gonna draw a Totodile, but I think I'm actually not gonna do that. I started doing it, and then I was like, ooh, that doesn't look. What is playing now? Oh, sick. Okay, what Pokemon should I draw? I'm drawing one more Pokemon before the stream ends. I'm gonna let you guys pick, because I can't decide for my life what I'm gonna do. My favorite starter is Totodile. I tried to draw it, and I don't think that that's with me right now. Noivern. Ooh, wait. I got two. Wiglet is insane. Oh gosh. Let me think. Lugia is a good one. That's one of my favorites. Now, Joltik takes me 2 seconds to draw because I literally just draw it like a stain on the screen. That's it. I swear I draw it different each time. But it's so simple. Okay. Let me look, because Noivern was the first one that was put in. But it might be a little bit too big right now. I can pop that out in like 2 seconds. And if I can't, then I'll just draw a little bit of it. Let's do it. Let's stinking do Noivern, because it was the first one that was suggested. I love Charjabug, actually. I agree with that. Hold on, he's got big fat ears. I think I can do that better. Hold on. It's got like big old Mickey Mouse ears, bro. Dude, Anna's gonna be so happy that I want to play Minecraft because she tried to get me to play Minecraft earlier, but I was too busy like playing Legend of Zelda. And I still am busy playing Legend of Zelda. But I was like, I can't get into a Minecraft phase right now. Sucks for me, I'm getting into a Minecraft phase right now. Big fat ears, holy cow. I could probably do them better still, but I don't know, man. Dude, I literally, hold on, these ears are gonna kill me if I don't do them correct. This is gonna take me right up to the end of the stream. Woo! Have fun! I was so locked in for that. What's up, Blue? I haven't actually. I'm kind of awkward about it though. I'm gonna be so for real, because since I've never done it, I'm kind of afraid to do it. And that is why I've never done it before. People have rated me, and I have been so appreciative of it, but I'm not brave enough yet. Also, a lot of the streamers that I have seen draw really inappropriate stuff on Twitch. So I haven't found a lot of streamers that I like watch yet, art-wise. What's up? Before the year ends? Okay. Well, you can recommend them, I'll look at it, but they'll have to be streaming at the same time as me, right? I think. Amazing. That's the one reason, well, not the one reason, but that is a reason why I haven't done it too. I think some streamers gotta chill out, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. Bet, okay. I'll check them out. I'm almost done with this Noivern, though. I'm just gonna do the head, because, yeah. Honestly, I should, like, take time to actually draw this Pokemon for realsies. I love creatures that just have a big old tuft of fur right there. Alright. Gamers, I'm gonna call this good. Thank you for listening to me yap, and thank you for being here. I am pretty sure that I will be here next week. I'm pretty sure, but there's always that chance that I won't be here. So, I will keep you guys updated. I will catch you guys later, and we're gonna be playing Earthbound again, alright? Bye-bye!